been exceptional, and the standard and organisation has been second to none. So congrats to Steve and his team. I'd like to thank our players, our support staff, media, Pakistan Cricket Board and selection panel for the support that we've got through our World Cup campaign. It hasn't ended as we would have liked to have ended it. It's been a campaign of ifs and buts. I think if we have a look through our first 5 games, and then we have a look through our last 5, it's a campaign of 2 halves, which has been disappointing. I think at 24, average age of 24, we're the youngest team by a long way at this competition. And that is something that we can be proud of, and I think that all goes well for the future of Pakistan cricket. We've showcased a lot of our young talent, and I think of the likes of Shaheen Shah Afridi, Baba Azam, Imam Al-Haq, Shadab Khan. The list goes on. And some of our experienced players, Safraz, Mohammad Hafiz, Imad Wazeem, Mohammad Amir, have been outstanding. The work ethic and the sheer grit, determination that they've showed through this tournament, through their training, through their preparation, has been a credit to Pakistan cricket. A lot of the time you guys don't see what goes on in the dressing room. You don't see all the time that goes on in the net session. The desire that these guys have got to improve and become the best they can be, the passion they have for their country, is something that is second to none. So Pakistan cricket is in safe hands with these young players, and I'm sure they'll go from strength to strength. If we look back on the tournament, as I've said earlier, it was a tournament of ifs and buts, but I think we've shown and ended very, very strong. Congratulations to the 4 qualifiers. I think they've played the best cricket throughout this competition, and may the best team win. It's nice for us to sit here and know that we've beaten 2 of those top 4 teams during our campaign, which shows that we are not a mile off in terms of where we are as a cricket team. Just for me to end off with, again, thanks to you guys and thanks to the support. I must say, guys, that I'd just like to credit the captain, Safraz. After what he was exposed to after the Indian game was atrocious as a Pakistan cricket captain, as any captain of any cricket team. And the way he held his composure, the way he led from the front, the way his work ethic never ever changed, the more determined he got through the tournament, I think he's been an inspiration to that dressing room. And I think Safraz deserves a lot of credit for this as well.
Okay, ready?
Mickey, here I am.
Mickey, you had the experience of working with the South African team and with the Australian cricket team, and your contract is going to be expire after this World Cup, and you have shown your intention that you want to continue with Pakistan cricket. How do you compare coaching these 3 teams? Which was the good one for you?
Look, they've all been different in so many ways. I think the South African one I was a very young coach. And we were a very young cricket team and we grew together. The Australian one was good for certain periods of it. It wasn't that long though. But the Pakistan one has certainly been a very, very fulfilling one for me. I have enjoyed every moment of the last 3 years. To see these guys improve, to see them get better, to see the passion, to see the support that we have around the world has been very, very satisfying, and it has been an unbelievable experience coaching these guys. I'm very passionate about these boys in the dressing room. I'm very passionate about Pakistan cricket, and I'm very passionate about Pakistan. I just want to see Pakistan get to where they need to be. I'd love to see cricket come back to Pakistan because I think the population, the people need it. The people would love it. The color, the emotion would be second to none. So I love every minute and I have loved every minute of coaching this Pakistan cricket team.
Mickey, Pakistan has a mixed start in the opening 4 games. They picked up the momentum of the last 4 games. What do you think the few main causes of Pakistan's not reaching the last four stage, we haven't improved our run rate in the four matches. What do you think? What do you thought?
Yeah, I think if we go back, as I said, it's ifs and buts. If we go back, the West Indies game, first game of the tournament, when you lose like we lost, it's almost impossible to get back on net run rate. And I mean, we saw that. So that was disappointing. We then picked up momentum. We beat England. And just as we got some momentum early in the competition, because we had played some good cricket before the start of the World Cup, I think the nerves got to us in the West Indies game. Young team, we froze in that game. We then came back, dusted ourselves off, beat England. And then we got rained out against Sri Lanka. And we didn't play a game for 9 days. We didn't train other than indoors, and we lost momentum again, going into what was two very tough fixtures, Australia and India. Had we gone England, I'm not saying by any means we would have beaten Sri Lanka, but we were ripe there. We were ripe. We were going along really well, and it was almost as if we had to start again. And we hit two of the semi-finalist teams in Australia and India. And then obviously second half of the tournament I think has been superb, and I think we've showcased our talent. I think we've played some very, very good cricket.
Mickey, 5 wins of 8 matches that we played, yet we are edged out over NRR. Do you think there is need to be reconsideration over that we should consider head-to-head as well?
Yeah, as I sit here, Fazan, exactly right. I would certainly have liked them to consider head-to-head, because then tonight we'd be in the semi-final. I think I do think it needs a look. I certainly do. I think amount of wins head-to-head, and then if there's 3 teams all together, then I think net run rate can sort it out. Because what it does and what it's done to us is that one very poor game. And you really battle to recover again.
Mickey, you must have worked hard on the fielding and fitness of the players, but there's always a question mark. Why?
Yeah, there is always a question mark, and it's something that we work incredibly hard at. We really do. We'll just keep knocking the door down in terms of working on that, because we've seen an improvement. Our catching this tournament. Needs to improve. We know that. You know, I thought our ground fielding and throwing improved through the tournament. I thought some of our ground fielding and the intent that we showed through our ground fielding was very, very good. At this level, you can't drop catches though. And again, that's something we work on. And I know, as I said, our fielding coach, Grant Bradburn, works day in and day out. He works tirelessly with these guys. And again, it's just a matter of us just keep working. Because when we get working and we condition the guys, when they're nice and fit, our fielding certainly will go to another level. And we've shown that it has stepped up. We need to step it up again.
Mickey, what was the plan today? Was in your mind that Pakistan could score 400 plus and then get Bangladesh out? Was that in the minds?
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a discussion. We did discuss it, but I think that was something that we could only assess once we did something right, or we won the toss, which was a good start because that kept us alive. And then the first 10 overs were going to be quite crucial. You can't just walk in there and think we're going to get 400. Getting 400 is a platform. You need to get a good base, and then you need to move. The message we got from Fako when he came back into the change room was that it was slow. The balls going into the wicket were quite tough. We realised that getting the average score I think is 270 out of the tournament. I mean, getting 400 was a bit of a pipe dream. And then we realised we just wanted to win, and we wanted to win well. And the dressing room at the moment is a very, very disappointed dressing room. There's no high fives and there's no congratulations going on because we haven't qualified. But the guys can leave this tournament with their heads held very, very high. They've worked unbelievably hard and they've played some very, very fine cricket. You watch a highlights package of the World Cup, there's going to be a lot of Pakistan players on it.
Knocked out 2 of the final 4s, and even then you are going back home. What sort of disappointed you and your team is? And the second question is, what are the takeaways for you from this World Cup?
First of all, it is disappointing, and I think it just goes back to to the first game, the West Indies game. If we looked at the Australian game, we had an opportunity to win that. At 135 for two, chasing 307, we had an opportunity. We didn't take that. We didn't take that opportunity. Those are the two games that when I go to bed tonight and lie back and think on the campaign, those are the two nightmares I'm going to have. The good, pleasant dreams I'm going to have are of Baba Azam. His batting through this tournament has been superb. Imam al-Haq gets better and better and better. Shadab Khan's going to get better and better. Shaheen Shah Afridi coming back is getting better. I'm so passionate about these young boys. These young boys are the future. These young boys need time. I heard Shoaib Malik mention it in his press conference, and I did understand a bit of Urdu, that these young boys, we give them time. These young boys are going to be very, very, very good. What they do need is they need your guys' support. They really do. You know, when we have a poor performance, their performances are going to be up and down. They're young cricketers. You know, when they have a poor performance, they read everything you guys say. Sometimes I tell them not to, because it kills them. They read everything. They need your guys' support. For order for Pakistan cricket to improve, we're all in it together, guys. We need to improve together. And if we do that, the guys get support, these guys will go from strength to strength.
Mickey, although Pakistan have finished at number 5, but the game versus West Indies, the game versus Afghanistan, we didn't play well. Even in back home, the people who loves cricket, who follow cricket, they are criticizing Pakistan team's performance. They think it's not a good show, it's a bad show, it's a flop show. What do you think? Who is the responsible?
Well, it's glass half full, glass half empty.
Let me complete. The coach is responsible, the captain is responsible. Who is the responsible that we didn't qualify in Final Four and we didn't play well versus West Indies, Afghanistan, Australia?
Afghanistan, if I forget, we got 2 points, I think. I think we managed to win that game. Yeah, so again, no, hang on. That's glass half full, glass half empty. That's exactly what I was saying earlier about our media. Let's give the guys a little bit of compliment rather than looking at the negative. We're all responsible. I sit here responsible for it. The captain is responsible. We're all responsible for the fact we didn't get to the semi-final. But let's have a look at some of the good things the guys have done. Let's try and stay positive on this. It's always negative.
Coach, hopefully you will be the next coach of the Pakistan cricket team. If it's not happened, what will be the message to you, to the Pakistan cricket team, the management, and of course to the nation?
Yeah, look, well, there's going to be a review now, and we'll see how that goes. My message again is let's stay positive. We've got some very, very young cricketers who are going to be champion players. Let's back them. Let's support them, because they're going to be very, very good. Again, take-home message to the supporters. The supporters in England have been amazing. The support we've got here is unbelievable. And I know, and my message to the players tonight is they've made a lot of people very, very proud.